In this lesson, we will build an advanced level Snowflake pipeline. This video shows you how to create a pipeline that transforms data for analytical use. In this use case, we will be analyzing and anonymizing salary data, and the pipeline will leverage multiple processors. Aggregate processor to perform aggregate calculations. Join processor to join data from two input streams. Also, Snowflake SQL query processor to run a Snowflake SQL query to transform data. Stream selector processor to route data to output streams based on conditions. And finally, union processor to combine data from two or more incoming data streams. We are going to create a pipeline that creates a union between the employees and pending signature tables, excluding those employees who have not signed the agreement yet. We'll join in the salary data, ensuring that we still exclude employees pending the signature. Next, we'll aggregate their salary by year and then anonymize the employee names in the output data. Finally, we'll write high earners to one output table and the low earners to another output table. In our example, high earners are those with a salary greater than $150,000 over the 2-year period. First, we need to go to the Snowflake platform. Navigate to the Worksheet section and open a new SQL worksheet. Select the previously created warehouse, database, and schema in the top of the UI. We need to create 3 new tables and insert values into them. Run the following query. You can see that we have created 3 new tables: employees, pending signature, and salaries. They have multiple fields. We have also inserted multiple values into these fields. You can see that in the first table we have several employees' names, places where they live, and their tenure. In the second table, we have specified the data of the employees that haven't signed the agreement yet. And in the last table, we have the salary data of the same employees, as well as the year when they earned it. Now it's time to build our Snowflake pipeline. Move over to Control Hub. Once you are on the Pipelines page, click Create a Pipeline. You may title it Analytical Data Pipeline. You can also give it a description, My Analytical Data Pipeline. Select the transformer for Snowflake engine type and blank pipeline. Click Next. Keep the defaults. Finally, select Save and Open in Canvas. Click on the empty canvas. Go to the Advanced tab and add a new UDF configuration by using the bulk mode. In total, you need to add the following settings. Set the UDF definition mode to inline, the UDF's SQL name to encrypt_employee_UDF, the Java handler function to encrypt_employee, the target path for jar to @tilde/ as it is by default, and the Java UDF class definition to the contents of the encrypt employee class listed above. Now you can start creating a pipeline. Add a Snowflake table. Click Add Stage and select the Snowflake table. Once the origin is added, click the Snowflake table icon. Proceed to the General tab and title your origin Employees. Next, move over to the Table tab and enter the table details. You will need to enter the database and schema we have been using. Specify the table name as Employees. We will need one more origin. Click the employee's origin icon and copy-paste the second origin. Under the General tab, replace its title with Pending Signature. Next, go to the Table tab and replace the table name with Pending Signature as well. In order to perform the previously described changes, we will need to add several processors. First, add the union processor. Select it from the Processor drop-down menu and connect the 2 origins to the input of the processor. You may title it Unite Data. Move to the Union tab. Set the operation to accept and the field handling to require the same columns in all datasets as it is by default. Now add another Snowflake table origin. Select the Snowflake table origin from the right side drop-down menu. Title it Salaries and go to the Table tab and set the table name to Salaries. Next, add a join processor that joins the output of the union processor and the salaries origin. Select the join processor from the processor drop-down menu. Connect the unite data processor to the first input and the salaries origin to the second input of the join processor. Click on the join processor. Under the General tab, name your processor Join Data. On the Join tab, set the join type to inner as it is by default. Under Columns to join on, enter Employee in both Input 1 and Input 2. Now add an aggregate processor. Select the aggregate processor from the Processor drop-down menu. Click on the aggregate processor. Go to the General tab. Title the processor AGGR for aggregate data. Under the Aggregate tab, set the aggregate function to sum. Set the aggregate column to salary. Set the output field name to salary. Finally, add T1_employee to the Group by Columns field, since we will be aggregating on the joint column from Table 1. Next, add a Snowflake SQL query processor, which will apply our UDF encryption. Select the Snowflake SQL query processor from the Processor drop-down menu. Click on the Snowflake SQL query processor. Proceed to the General tab. Give it a name Query. Go to the Query tab and specify the following query. Now add a Stream Selector processor. Select the Stream Selector processor from the Processor drop-down menu. Click on the Stream Selector processor. Go to the General tab. Give it a name Select Salary. Do the following steps under the Conditions tab. Add a condition set to salary greater than $150,000. The default option should go second. Finally, add two Snowflake table destinations. Select the Snowflake table destination from the Destination drop-down menu. Title it High Earners and give it a description. Go to the Table tab and set the table name to Output_High_Earners. Set the Write mode to Append to Table. Now add the second Snowflake table destination. Title it Low Earners. Go to the Table tab and give this table the name Output_Low_Earners. In total, your pipeline should look similar to this one. Now we are ready to preview our pipeline to verify it runs correctly. Click the eye symbol at the top of the screen and run a preview. You may check the preliminary output below the canvas. Finally, let's run this pipeline as a job. Go up and select Check-in. You may specify the commit message as My Analytical Data Pipeline. Select Publish. Click Save and create new job. You can also specify a description and job tags if needed. Keep the rest of the settings as default. Select Start and Monitor Job. You can monitor the job status at the top of the screen. Once it turns inactive, that means that the job has finished. Now we can check the result. Go back to the Snowflake platform. Move over to the worksheet you've been working on. See the input data we had at the start. Let's see the final output. To do so, run the query Select All from the Output High Earners table. Observe the output in the results window below. As you can see, our pipeline analyzed all the information and provided us with the data on the employees with a salary greater than $150,000 over the 2-year period. excluding those employees who have not signed the agreement yet. In addition, we leveraged an inline UDF to anonymize the employees' names. Congratulations! You have successfully built a Snowflake pipeline that transforms data for analytical use. Build an analytical data pipeline using our instructions, run it as a job, and see the results for yourself. Thanks for watching. Now it's your turn to try.